drought is back towards the Charlotte area, and just east of the Charlotte metro. So this is Mecklenburg County. It does include like the far eastern reaches of that, but some of the other counties around there as well. And then you can just see the D3 is very expansive, includes most of the Triad counties, not into the foothills except for Wilkes County. That is included. Allegheny County, Surrey County, Stokes County, those are all within the D2 except for some small portions of, say, Stokes County, eastern Stokes County, and then parts of Forsyth County in that as well. All of Guilford is included in this severe drought, as well as most Rockingham County and most of Randolph County. And then you've got Alamance, Orange County, all dealing with that. Wake County, parts of it dealing with the drought as well. So, and then Montgomery County to our south is kind of split a little bit, but I mean, severe drought is kind of creeping into most of our viewing area. And then again, there's that exceptional drought, that D4. You don't want to be seeing that on the map. We desperately need rain. Is there going to be any help in the future coming to us anytime soon? Well, the answer is yes, question mark. We have to watch how a system develops. Now, a coastal low is very important when we're talking wintry weather, right? Because we need it to be just close enough that we don't get dry slotted, and we need it to be yet far enough away that we don't get too much of the warm air. Well, we're not talking about that when it comes to this area of low pressure, but the track is going to be important. If it starts to pull further and further south, that's going to pull the northern edge of precipitation down with it. And if it starts to go further north, that pushes the shield further north. So we want precipitation. It's going to be cool, all right? It's going to be a cool day. We're going to see clouds most of the day, and temperatures are going to be very cool. A lot of places are going to struggle to get out of the upper 50s. That's going to be a shock to the system as we go into our Saturday. Regardless, so that is a besides the point. You're going to be dealing with that. Are we going to have rain? That's what we need. I know it's not best for weekend plans and everything, but we really, really, really need rain. So this is our Futurecast model. It has the area of low pressure further to the south. So who gets the rain? Really southern Georgia into South Carolina, and maybe the southern coastal plain of North Carolina. That's not going to do it. We really need that low to be further to the north to get some of this rain in. So let's kind of localize this for you as far as what the impacts are going to be. So here's the Futurecast. As we go through the rest of today, you're going to see lots of sunshine, maybe some few puffy fair weather cumulus clouds. It's going to be a really nice day. It's going to feel great outside. As we get into Friday, we'll see a little bit more in the way of clouds, especially towards the evening hours, and that you can see the rain there to the south. Again, our in-house model, the high-resolution in-house model, is keeping most of the rain into South Carolina. Now, don't get me wrong, South Carolina really needs rain, but we really need rain too, so it would be nice to have that shield lift a little further to the north. So South Carolina still gets rain, but we need some of that rain, and we need it to come further north. So as we go from, and you can see it just stays away, maybe some pop-up showers towards the Charlotte area, if you're fortunate enough. Most of it staying outside of the state. So it looks like a dry weekend, which is not good because then if we look into next week, we don't see a whole lot of rain chances into next week either. Well, let's look at rainfall totals. So the European model is beneficial. It brings in some good rain, right? 2/10, 3/10 of an inch. That's really not going to help us with the drought, but it's rain. It's measurable rain. We need that. Over half an inch maybe in some other places, closer to an inch towards Pinehurst. They desperately need the rain. And then the GFS also has rain. Not as much for portions of the Triad, more towards, say, Charlotte area, so the Charlotte metro, and then back over towards the Sandhills and down towards the coastal plains of North Carolina, getting some of that rain. So we need it here, and it just doesn't look like it. And I will say, looking at some of the latest data, like one of our high resolution models, the rapid refresh forecast system. That's a kind of a newer model. It's a higher resolution. It goes out 84 hours. That latest run of that model and the latest run of the NAM both show a little further jaunt, if you will, of that low. So that means that the rain comes a little further north. Now this rain is going to be very light. So let's say you do have outdoor plans. Do you need to cancel them? Well, that's up to you. If you really don't want to get wet at all, you don't want to have to carry an umbrella, you don't want to have to do any of that, then maybe Saturday's not for you. If you're okay with getting just a little maybe mist, drizzle, light rain on you, having the umbrella at times, but still carrying on your outdoor activities, you should be fine. It's not going to be a downpour. And so that's kind of important to point out as well. So that's what we've got going there. Again, our Futurecast here, the local one, being on the more pessimistic side of rainfall, and the latest trends have pulled that further and further to the south, and that leaves us with just next to nothing as we go into your Saturday. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I can show you what both solutions here of, let's start off with the European. As we go into Thursday, Friday, there's Saturday. So you can see here, our center of circulation is kind of where you see where the yellow is. Let me pull this into my show so I can throw a little stopping point in there and use my tool. So let me go back here. Whoop. Put a little stopping point. That way I can use my palettes. Let's see, where's my lows? I think they're on here somewhere. Okay, well that's fine. What we'll do here is just use my little pointer. Okay, so here's our area of low pressure. So it's kind of skirting the coastline according to the European. You can see the counterclockwise spin and all of the convergence, or the air kind of meeting together and then rising. So yeah, the coast gets a good soaking, especially down in South Carolina, but hey, we get some rain here too. So that's kind of what the European's thinking. The GFS has been flip-flopping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it hasn't been the most consistent. It's hard to trust a model when it's not very consistent. If we go into, hold on, there we go. Okay, so there we go. So again, it also has development of that surface low. Let me go and use my little pointer just off the coast of North Carolina. So this is where we want the low to be positioned so we can push some of that rain further north, and we want it to develop further north and not further south. If it develops across South Carolina, it's probably going to suck most of that moisture in with it, and we're going to get slotted. We're going to get dry slotted. We're not going to see much in the way of measurable rain. So that's not what we want. But both the long-term models, the GFS, the European, the NAM replacement, if you want to call it that, they're all hinting at seeing rain. The only one that is the outlier, the one that seems to be the outlier, is our in-house model. So what do you do with that? Do you plan for rain? Do you not plan for rain? I would say stick with the forecast as we go through tomorrow, as we'll really start to kind of get in on some of those details. And then just kind of watch those model trends. We'll continue to keep you updated on if rain chances are going up or if they're going down. Hopefully they trend upwards, and hopefully our in-house model catches on and pulls that rain northward. That'll be something we'll just have to watch, because again, I put this map on here to say that we desperately need the rainfall. So let me check in and see if you guys put any questions in. I am not seeing any right now. I'll pop that number up for you in case you have a burning question. If you've tuned in here, pop myself off. So again, that's 336-379-5775. If you think of a question, you could take a picture of this and text it in later. You don't have to do it now. I'll check in and make sure that all of our responses here are being met, and any questions you may have about it. So we do need rain. Will we get it? That's the actual question, right? That's the question. So what I want to show you is, what about beyond that? Well, we start to warm things up, and I want to show you these outlooks here from Climate Prediction Center. We'll start with temperature. So this is 6 to 10 days issued from the Climate Prediction Center, so they do long-range forecasting, and it does look like a cooler start to May. So there's about a 30% chance for us in that first couple weeks of May remaining a little below normal. What does normal look like for us? That's the mid-70s. So a little bit below the about 30% chance of us being a little bit below the mid-70s. That's how you would kind of take that as far as a how you would read it, how you would interpret it. This is a look at the rainfall. So you can see that for us, again, 30% chance of maybe above normal precipitation, and anything above normal we'll take, even if it's just a 30% chance. At least we're green and we're not brown. Brown, orange, those colors we don't want to see on long range. So that's 6 to 10 days. Let's look at 8 to 10, or 8 to 14. First with temperatures. If they'll load here. Here's a look at temperatures. So again, about a 30% chance of staying below average all the way through May 14th, which is my dad's birthday. But it looks cooler generally over the eastern half of the United States. So you've noticed now that most likely means trough in the east, ridge in the west, which is heat for the west. And then what does the rainfall look like for that same time period? About a 30% chance of an increase there of some rain. That we wish it was higher, right? But again, at least we're not into the browns, which means that we would be seeing not very much in the way of beneficial rainfall. So that's kind of what we've got going on with the latest drought monitor, which is not good news, and all of that good stuff. What does the 7-day forecast look like for you guys? It looks like this. So rain into Saturday, potentially those could be going down, could be going up. We'll watch it for you. Temperatures will be much cooler for Saturday and into Sunday, upper 60s. We'll see temperatures return to average and above average by Tuesday into Wednesday. So that's what we've got going on for you in this update. And so we'll continue to keep you updated if you need it. And you can watch the evening shows. Tim and I will have the latest.